Here in the hills above Uvira, gold is not found by machines or maps. It begins with memory, experience, and the land itself. Miners begin by reading the land, studying hills, valleys, and water paths where gold naturally settles over time. Rivers are critical. Flowing water naturally separates heavy minerals like gold from lighter sand and soil. Dark, heavy sand is a key indicator. It often appears alongside gold in river systems like these. Gold in this region is often found near quartz veins, formed as the rock fractures over time. Once a site is chosen, miners open a test pit, carefully studying each soil layer for signs of gold-bearing gravel. By gently rotating the pan, lighter sediment is washed away, allowing heavier materials like gold to settle at the bottom. By gently rotating the pan, lighter sediment is washed away, allowing heavier materials like gold to settle.
Even a few visible flakes confirm the site's potential. This moment decides whether full mining will begin.
Before digging continues, miners must seek access to the land, usually through local elders or customary owners.
Negotiations are informal. Terms are discussed face-to-face, based on trust, customs. A gesture is enough. Permission is granted without paperwork. Recorded, the site is claimed by marking its boundaries, simple signs that define ownership and responsibility. Before work begins, roles are assigned. Each task is clear, and each man knows his responsibilities from flukes. With permission granted and roles set, mining officially begins.
Before digging deeper, tools are prepared. In artisanal mining, equipment condition can determine success or failure.
Gold separation requires water. Streams and rivers are essential. Even small impurities reduce value. Final cleaning improves appearance and price.
Okay. We have an agreement.
The division is complete.
It looks fair to me.